Hello everyone, Josh here with Exus Network, and this is yet again another video that we did not want to have to do, but the one is now running his mouth to other content creators, including his good buddy, Clint Wulf, who has nothing to do with this drama really at all, yet he decided to go ahead and take all this hearsay from only Ben, the one side of the story, not even contacting us, myself, or Gherky, to kind of get the full story. So, everything in this video is basically just coming from one perspective, and it's all hearsay because there is no evidence or facts to back up anything that the one or Clint Wulf says. However, I do have all the chat logs in our staff chat where the one has admitted to all of these things and even apologized for all the wrongdoings that he's done, yet he's now crying wolf, no pun intended, on YouTube. He made the first video. Gherky made a what I would consider a decent enough reaction talking about the situation and kind of cleared up a lot of things for a lot of people. And I thought that was the end of it. Hopefully the one learns his lesson, moves on, betters himself, takes care of himself, goes off and tries to be a better content creator, because essentially him not being a good content creator is why we had to let him go. It wasn't necessarily his relationship with Clint Wulf, but it definitely played a bit of a part in it, or a little part in it, if you will. So the fact that Clint Wulf decided to go on to his own platform, a much bigger channel than the ones, and kind of echo the same crap without any evidence, without any know-how, not even contacting everyone involved in the actual drama and getting the full story, he just went ahead and just decided to go make a video and claiming cyberbullying. That's quite the accusation to throw around. And I'll be honest, if we were a bigger channel with a full legal team, there would have been consequences involved between the one and Clint Wulf, because I'm not going to sit here, me and Gherky's not going to sit here and allow people to go around and throw false accusations around just to fit their narrative and only take one side of the story and not get the full scope of the story, not to mention the fact that I have the payment receipts that I sent to the one, getting paid for the amount of money that he was owed for the videos that he already did, even though he didn't technically deserve it, considering around that time he took multiple weeks off. He breached our little agreement multiple times, our verbal agreement. I understand it wasn't a written contract, so I didn't have really much ground to stand on there, but it was still a little bit of a pact, if you will, between the three of us that he kept continuously breaking time and time again. So just a little added context there about the situation. We're going to go ahead and react to Clint Wulf, everything he says. We're going to pause, and then I'll give you guys what's really going on. Because apparently Clint does not want to do his research as a content creator with over 30K subs. You would have thought that he would have, I don't know, contacted Josh or Gherky, who are, of course, a part of Exus Network, and, of course, some of our fellow community members that witnessed a lot of this stuff going on in the voice calls. So it is what it is. So without further ado, let's get going.
Mobile gaming related content. All right, now I didn't really want to make this video, but I'm going to make this video because my name.
Hopefully you guys and gals can hear it. And I don't know why Clint decided he wanted to insert himself into this whole drama anyways. He was briefly mentioned, like barely at all, in Gherky's video, by the way. Now he's trying to make it about himself, so here we go.
Name is being brought up, and it's involving contract disputes and all other kind of stuff. And I'm talking about the drama with Exus Network and the one. Okay, now those of you who don't know, which most
by the way, there was no drama between the one and Exus Network. The one made a drama by making a stupid video, again, with nothing but hearsay, complaining and complaining and complaining, playing the victim card, even though he signed up for a volunteer position that he was paid for, and we tried to assist and help him in becoming a better content creator every single day, going out of our way, sometimes giving him 2 weeks off so he could go finish his schooling. And he even broke our verbal agreement where you're supposed to upload at least 2 videos minimum once, every single week. He decided to take 8 days off. So he had roughly over 3 weeks of doing absolutely nothing, and he still got paid a third of the pie for the entire month. So you guys and gals, figure that out.
Y'all probably don't know who they are because, yeah. Those who don't know, Exus Network is another mobile gaming channel that consists of formerly 3 people. Now it's just 2 people, although they do like to talk in third person on their channel to make it seem like there's more of them than there is, but there's really...
Yeah, we talk in third person. We literally introduce ourselves every single time we make a video. Hey, this is Gherky. Hey, this is Josh. Hey, this was the one. What is he talking about?
3 people, there's Josh.
By the way, you can go back at our channel for the past couple months and you'll see every video is literally us individually addressing ourselves in the video as being, hey, this is us, yada, yada, yada. So again, Clint, do you even watch our content, bro?
That's just Gherky, and that was the one before they kicked the one out. And what we're talking about today has to do.
Kicked him out after various opportunities to correct the situation and kind of, fix the wrongs that he kept making time and time again. We gave him more than enough chances. Gherky will even tell you he went to bat for him a few times. I went to bat for him a few times. We gave him way more leniency than you ever would at any job you've ever been to.
With some of that stuff. First, I want to go ahead and get some of the solid facts out of the way.
He said solid facts. What facts does Clint Wulf have? All he has is hearsay coming out of the mouth of the one. That is it. How do you get facts when you don't even contact all the parties involved? Clint, do your work, my friend. No research at all. Now I know where the one gets it from.
Because I saw some blatant untruths being told by Exus Network on their latest video that was pretty much set out to cyberbully.
Yeah, we set out to cyberbully a guy that we brought in that chose to do this voluntarily, and we gave him a set direction of standards that he had to uphold to within the team to stay a part of the team. If you don't, if you're not a team player, the team is going to eventually move on from you. We had no obligation to keep him around, yet we did. And we paid him for his services, and we coached him for free and did all these other things. We even dealt with his, personal problems in voice calls time and time again. I'm sure a lot of you at this point already heard about the whole thing, him coming into our voice calls when we're trying to discuss games and stuff like that, talking about, hey, Josh, hey, Gherky, hey, whoever else is in here, is it okay to cheat on my girlfriend? Like, what the hell is that? Okay? And this guy is the one playing the victim, the guy who's actually not even, setting moral boundaries for himself and doing whatever he wants. This dude is in his mid-20s. He claims that he's an accountant. He tells us he comes into the chat all the time. I'm the top G. I get all the girls I want, blah, 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 blah. That's him on a daily basis. And we sit there and we put up with it for a long, long time because we felt, hey, there's something in this kid. Maybe he can do something for us. Maybe he can help the channel. We can help him. It could be a mutual agreement, a mutual partnership, a mutual beneficiary, whatever you want to call it. We were trying to do our best to help him become a better content creator. And Gherky, being a newer content creator himself, even newer to the platform than even the one, has already surpassed him in how he goes about making his content, because he bought into the idea of we need to try to make Exus as successful as possible. And it's just the way it is in the nature of business. You either help whatever the cause is, or you go do your own thing if that's what you want. And, that's okay. If he wanted to do his own thing, he could have left at any time, but he didn't. He kept fighting back, clapping back, biting the hand that feeds him, yelling at me and Gherky, cursing us out in staff chat constantly, over and over and over again. But again, this is the guy who's claiming to be cyberbullied and claiming that we worked him like a dog and a slave. Those are huge allegations that I'm not going to sit here and deal with because it's absolutely absurd and ridiculous. And again, we have all the chat logs. We know what he said. He even admitted to some of the things that he did with Clint Wulf, who I think will later in this video probably deny it. We'll see. I'm kind of watching this for the first time, like you guys and gals, maybe.
One, which is a person that's brand new on YouTube.
He's brand new on YouTube. He's been doing this for a year, at least.
It's a person that has very little following right now.
What does his follower account have to do with his attitude and the way he presents himself?
Now, he's a person that's just now getting his YouTube journey started. And
yeah, he's getting it started. It's been a year plus. Okay.
You have a channel going out of its way to highlight a channel that doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers yet. You have a channel on Exus Network going out of his way to highlight a single person and try to do everything they can to make this person look bad.
Okay, we went out of our way. Who was the one who cast the first stone and made the first video, Clint? Again, do you do any fucking research? Or do you just blabber on and on and on about shit you don't know nothing about? I mean, I'm starting to really see the connection here between you and the one and your attitudes and how you go about your business. And the fact that you're supposedly teaching the one all this stuff behind the scenes, it's now, starting to really shed some light on why the one acts the way he does. Because he's acting just like you are right now. Not doing the research, not putting the time in, not getting all the facts, all the information, and just putting out low effort content. It's starting to make a lot of sense now. A lot of sense.
And I think that's just really, really unprofessional. I think that's
what's
bad.
Unprofessional is not doing your research, Clint, and getting all the facts. I mean, how many times do I have to say that in this video? We're probably not even done saying it.
form, especially since it's a smaller channel that honestly can't do any harm to your brand, Exus Network.
I'm sorry, but if anybody calls you out on the platform and saying that you're enslaving them and you're treating them like a dog and they were a former member of your team, yeah, you're going to go out and make, a rebuttal. You're going to give a reaction to it because that's absolutely absurd. That's ridiculous. Okay? Like, that's just common sense, Clint.
If your channel is as solid as you make it out to be, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and get some of the facts out the way because there's some
Again, he's getting the facts out of the way. How does he have facts when he didn't go to all the people involved to get the facts?
Truths being told out there, okay? The one was not under contract with Exus Network. The one was not. He didn't.
First truthful thing he said in this entire video so far. Yes, there was only a verbal agreement, which means none of us had any obligation to each other. We did this all voluntarily.
Not sign anything with them. I spoke to the one about this. And he spoke.
He spoke to him, but did he speak to us? Of course not.
Me about this because he was upset. He needed someone to speak to at the time. And the one has been in my community for a while now. And this is not a double agent that I sent out. This is not one of my cronies or anything. This is just...
Yeah, and how do we know that? Because, again, this is all hearsay. How do we know that he didn't send the one over to get information from us on our videos for our content? Because guess what? Clint Wulf covers a lot of the same content that we do. He is a direct competitor in the gacha market. When we're trying to, of course, be successful, he's also trying to be successful, and we're trying to get from the same market. So we are competitors, no matter what he may say or may not say. That's just the way it works. We are competitors directly with all other gacha YouTubers that are covering the same content that we cover.
One of the people that's in my community, he enjoys my content. He interacts with my Discord. He comments often. He comes to the live streams. He's been someone that's been hanging around for a couple of years now. And I have respect for anybody in my community that's dedicated any amount of their time in their life to participating on anything I have going on my channel. So I would do this for any of my viewers out there that I know of. And I'm doing this for the one because he's being cyberbullied. And it's not...
He's being cyberbullied yet again. How is he being cyberbullied? He made the video that Gherky had to react to because of the false accusations and the big allegations that were being made against us for no reason, except for the fact that we let him go and he was very triggered and salty about it. Even though he did it to himself, we gave him multiple opportunities. Our staff chat has logs of literally showing me, telling him that, hey, you got to stop doing this or we're going to have to reconsider your position here. And he did it again and again and again. How many chances do you give somebody before you've given them too many? That's what I want to ask the chat here today in the comment section. How many chances do you give somebody? 1, 2, 3, 20? How many? How long do you give them chances for? A day, a month, a year? How long is too long?
Not right. It's not fair. And it's on.
What's not fair? You're in a voluntary position. You could leave at any time. Clearly, he was happy being here because he didn't want to leave when we were basically at the point where we were just fed up with his shenanigans. And we told him, hey, you either got to step up or step out. And he stuck around. He tried to improve, but then he didn't. And then he got lazy. And then we had to tell him again and again and again. We just got tired at this point of babysitting a grown-ass man that's in his mid-20s, that's, supposedly has this full career and has all these other things. And he keeps going out of his way to, go to Clint Wulf for this and this and this and this, which is fine, whatever. But how do we know that he wasn't sharing information, vital information with like content ideas that we had, things that we wanted to do, ideas that we had for other content in the future that Clint also planned to make? Like, how do we know that there wasn't some kind of, partnership between those two for this entire time? We don't know. But did we go on YouTube and make allegations about it? No, we did not. Because guess what? We didn't have all the facts, Clint.
Honestly, kind of disgusting. And the practice that I'm seeing right now, this is exactly why you had to rebrand in the first place, Josh. On Exus.
I had to rebrand. I went from Exus Games to Exus Network because we're adding more people. Makes sense to me. And who cares about rebranding? How many times are you going to change your name on your channel, Clint Wulf, to whatever game you're playing next? Clint Wulf - game playing currently. Make 20 channels. Like, what are we talking about here?
Exus Network. Exus Network used to be called something else. I think it was called Josh something. I don't know. It used to be called something else.
It used to be called something else. Apparently, guys, ladies and gentlemen, my channel was called something else, bringing you your latest and greatest content for Gacha gaming.
He essentially got canceled. Long story short, he got canceled, and
I got canceled. When did I get canceled? I got canceled, apparently. Okay. I don't know when I ever got canceled because I've been doing content for years and years and years using the same channel. Okay.
the rebrand, and it's taken him a couple of years now to finally start tracking decent.
It took me a couple years to finally start tracking decent. I don't know. Maybe it's because I almost died in October a couple years ago of COVID, you jackass. But guess what? You don't have the fucking facts. You don't look for the facts. You don't come and ask me or Gherky or anybody else that's tied to the actual situation to get the overall scope of what you're talking about. Anybody who talks to me on a daily basis in the voice calls, communicates with me in DMs or whatever in the Discord has known for the past couple of years that I almost died. I was in the hospital in October, almost dead because of COVID. And I had COVID multiple times. And because of COVID, I had to pick up more hours. So I had to start doing less and less work with YouTube between like the years of 2020 all the way to like mid 2022. It's kind of where I was just, I could not do content. But guess what? Clint over here has all the facts, yet he has nothing. And it just pisses me off. I do apologize for my language, but it gets me heated when people think that they know the situation when they're on the outside looking in and they don't, in fact, get all the facts.
I guess, again, on his videos. And it was enlarged.
But I do apologize, guys. Apparently, COVID tried to cancel me. I'm so sorry that almost happened.
Part due to the work that THEONE helped put on his channel. And I'm going to kind of start with the genesis of their issue with me, I guess, because there seems to be a lot of people out here in this mobile gaming niche that has an issue with me because I'm such an influential voice.
No, it's because you're such an asshole because you're going around making videos about people and their situations that have nothing to do with you and claiming you have all the facts when you have no facts at all.
Within our community.
Now I know why a lot of people dislike Clint. I mean, this is very obvious.
I'm not gonna be humble. I'm not going to act like I don't know what the issue. The issue is I'm a threat. Okay.
A threat to what?
I can outwork people.
He can outwork people. Here we go. And now again, this is really starting to make sense why THEONE acts the way he does, because this is his idol, and I'm starting to see the similarities quite a bit. They both have the same personality, the same attitude when it comes to anything.
I'll create people. I'm a better entertainer.
He's a better entertainer. I mean, look at the ego in this guy. He's better at everything, right? Give him a medal right now. Put him on a pedestal.
I deliver information in a more concise and easily followable way, even though I'm creating words right now. But that's just what it is. So a lot of people see me as a threat, or they see me as an asset. It's never in between. It's either threat or asset, right? And that's where you want to be at, because
the only thing Clint is to me is competition, and that's how I see everybody else that covers the same content we do, and that's the only way I see it.
Means that you're making waves in whatever professional field that you're in. And Josh reached out to me maybe 2 years ago. I probably don't have the DMs anymore because I usually delete DMs from people.
Yeah, we were going to start this Exus Network thing a couple years back, and guess who ditched us? You guessed it, Clint Wulf. He completely just abandoned ship. We had everything in play. We had THEONE, we had Clint Wulf, we had Codations, we had AC Gamer, we had some other guys all on board. And when it was about time to get started with everything, Clint Wulf bounced immediately.
That I'm just not interested in maintaining conversations with, so I probably don't have the DMs anymore. But he reached out to me a couple of years ago, under the pretenses of trying to get me to do free work, pretty much free labor.
Yeah, free work. I have the DMs there, buddy. I even told you'd be paid for your videos, just like we're doing it right now. Again, just talking out your ass, I suppose.
Slave work.
Yep, slave work. Here we go. Using the slave word again. Okay.
And he was going to try to make me maintain a certain upload schedule of how many.
Yep, I'm making him do something when it's a voluntary position. How do you make somebody do something that's voluntary, especially online? You either choose to do it or you don't. Not to mention, it was in the agreement that he'd be paid for his videos and he'd get free exposure with his personal channel and everything like that, as long as we all maintain the agreement. Again, whatever.
Many videos I had to do, or how many articles I had to write, and all this other stuff, and I never agreed to anything. I was just like, okay, let me see what you got going on here.
Yeah, he definitely agreed to it. He even brought in THEONE, his other buddy, to be a part of the whole thing because he was excited for it, and then he disappeared. So
I just kind of dipped into the group chat to see what was happening, and it was unprofessional.
Yeah, it was unprofessional.
It wasn't run on any type of business level. It was literally just a group chat of people talking about stuff. And they started talking about politics. They started talking about Trump. They started talking about anti-vaxxers and all this other stuff. And I left the group because
Yeah, I'm not even sure where the Trump and anti-vaxxers came into the actual group chat for the original concept of Exus Network. But okay, let's just throw some more stuff out there.
I don't involve my brand with stuff like that. And to be quite honest, I don't do content creation to even be entertaining that type of stuff. That's not why I'm here.
Yeah, because Exus Network is political. We talk about Trump and we talk about Biden. We go into politics. We go into who's running for Senate and all that. That's what we do here at Exus Network, guys. If you didn't know that, you know now. That's apparently what we're doing on our channel. Go watch our videos. It's all political, okay? We talk about vaxxing, anti-vaxxing. We talk about everything, right? It's all on there. If you guys are here for your politics or if you're a very political person, don't forget to vote for Exus Network because we're here for you.
Wasn't interested in that. And the fact that a much smaller channel was reaching out to me to try to help do work on his stuff without offering literally anything in return outside of false dreams.
Literally, I just told you guys and gals that he was going to get paid for the videos that he did, just like everyone else who's worked for the channel has in the past, including the one. So it is what it is. Our boy Mars in the Discord, he did a few videos for me, I say a little over a year ago. He was paid for every single video that he did. I have the invoices and payment receipts for that, as well as the one. So everyone who's ever helped the channel has been paid for it. So there's that.
He was essentially being a snake oil salesman.
I'm a snake oil salesman.
He was being a snake oil salesman. He was trying to sell me a product that he was telling me was going to do so great for me as long as I invested this much into it, right? And I'm not an idiot. I'm not a...
I don't know. You could have fooled me considering you keep saying you have the facts, yet you have no facts at all. Up to this point, still waiting.
Novice in business. My background before I got into content creation was actually business.
His background's in business, yet he's out here doing lots of defamation right now. If I had a legal team, he'd be in a lot of trouble right now because he's throwing out a lot of hearsay and a lot of allegations with no evidence. And he claims that he has a background in business. Okay, what business? The business of failing a company and getting like your company sued? Because if that's the business you were a part of, then you are doing a great job.
Run people's businesses. I was a general manager, a salary level manager, helping run different restaurants. I helped open up different restaurants. I would hire, fire, deal with vendor work, invoicing, all that stuff. Literally everything.
He's familiar with invoices. Good. So maybe he should talk to the one about how invoices work because I've sent him invoices and paid them. So
doing a payroll, I was doing all that stuff, right? So I'm very business adept, and I noticed that this was just an amateur operation, and it really was no reason for me as a content creator was working on my own brand, trying to build up my own brand. There was no reason for me to get involved. So
yeah, he was interested.
And then he messaged me, "Hey, what's going on? Why did you leave?" I was like, "Hey, man, y'all talking about politics in there?"
He didn't say that either. He just disappeared and never replied.
On content. I don't think I would have.
He
time
just
to be
jumped ship and never said a thing.
Anyways. So I'm just gonna focus on my own content, bro. That was the extent of our interaction. It was never a negative interaction. It was never really positive interactions. It was just an interaction to where I was like, hey,
it was an interaction of, hey, I'm interested. That sounds interesting. I want to do it. And then he chose not to join, which is fine. But he never said nothing about it. He just took off. And then not too long after that, he tried to create his own little network thing, which of course didn't work out. So there's that. But he doesn't want to tell you about any of that because we have to fit his narrative.
Good. I don't want to be a part of this project. Fast forward a couple of years, we have the one. He's trying to become a YouTuber. He's trying to get his journey started up as a YouTuber. And as up-and-coming YouTubers, there's something you always come across. There's called vultures. It's either going to be by way of an MCN, which is a multimedia creator network, which is one of those companies that come to smaller up-and-coming creators, and they tell them, hey, I can help you grow your platform as long as you give me 30% of your ad revenue, or they come by way of larger creators trying to take something from you, okay? Whether that be footage or farm information or get free labor, which is the...
Back to the free labor again. Again, I don't know how many times I have to specify this. The one was paid for his work that he did. And Clint, for being such a good friend to him and, such a good buddy, how's come it's me that put the one in front of over 20,000 people and got him into a position where he can make videos that are going to be generating thousands of views for himself and give him exposure. What have you done for him, Clint Wulf? What have you done? Where you keep talking about how you're this great friend, that you've done all this. The one has told me in the staff chat, we have proof that he signed an NDA contract with you for you to help him out on his personal channel. Yet I haven't seen you do anything. I haven't seen you lift a finger except for making this stupid video that has no facts in it. And it's just hearsay, and you're just running your mouth like he did in his previous video, and why we're sitting here wasting our time having to make these stupid videos ourselves, which we didn't think that we would have to, because we thought that the one was going to be a man and just step away peacefully, because it was his own doing that caused him to have to be, removed from the team in the first place. But no, you're not that great of a friend, are you? Because I'm the one, I'm the vulture, I'm the cyber bully that put him in front of thousands of people, making him money that I paid him for doing content on a platform multiple times bigger than his own, trying to help him as a content creator and get better. What have you done exactly? Oh, wait, maybe you're the vulture and you're manipulating him to where he acts just like you, which essentially got him removed from the channel in the first place. So maybe, in fact, I am the one who helped him, and you're the one who indeed hurt him. Maybe that's how it is. But then again, we don't know.
Case with the JoshVerse or Exus Network, whatever you want to call my man's, right? This is the case with him, right? Him and the one, he got the one, like when he started doing Street Fighter Duel, he took notice of the one because the one actually started tracking on his channel.
I took notice of the one during Street Fighter Duels. I've been talking to the one for years, back since I was playing Duel Links. Oh my god, this guy has no idea about anything that he's talking about. Not one iota of a clue. Not one. Because the one was tracking? No. I put out a very public statement saying I'm looking for people who are interested in joining the channel. The one was one of the ones who responded, as well as Gherky, who's another fellow that I've been talking to for multiple years here on the channel and within the community. There was no me going out and hunting down people. No, he was already in my community for the past few years, multiple years, even before you, Clint. Sorry if that hurts your feelings.
As an up-and-coming YouTuber, he had a nice VTuber. He was trying to do his thing. He started tracking on his Street Fighter Duel channel. His channel that was
He had a nice VTuber? It's a PNG tuber for one, buddy. Learn the difference. Not to mention, he didn't even get that until after we already agreed to go and get them made. That's why Gherky has one. That's why he has one. That's why I had one. I came up with the idea because I saw it from another fellow creator that was covering content. I forget his name off the top of my head now, but he was covering content for IMR. And I told him, I said, hey, how did you get that? And what's the process for it? He explained it to me, and I brought it to Exus, and I said, hey guys, we should do this. This is a cool, fun little idea. And then that's when he went out and made the, Escanor character that you see on the screen when he does his videos. And that's when you also see Gherky with his, and then mine came after. So no, he did not have that already before he was in Exus. He was already a part of Exus before he made the PNG tuber. Again, does not have the facts and nothing.
And Exus Network reached out to him to essentially come join the network of mobile gamers that he's putting together to create a new type of entertainment platform for mobile gamers. So I'm not really sure what he's trying to do, but I'm gonna be honest, the content is pretty basic, okay? It's pretty basic.
Yeah, the content's pretty basic, right? Does that mean that you're also calling the one's excuse me, does that mean you're also telling me that the one's content is basic, considering he was part of the network and all of our content is basic? So is your friend's content basic? Is that what you're saying? Are you telling me that you told the one that his content was basic? Because I'll tell you right now, our content isn't built around, making a whole bunch of memes, joking around, having guns blazing, all this eye candy, all these flash animations on screen, all this high-end post-production, all these, this light show that a lot of content creators like to make. That's the content they want to make. That's fine. Our content is based on a lot of information. We want to be very informative. We get nitty and gritty with our content. I mean, look at our freaking Outer Plane Master Sheet and how very accurate that it is because of how much work we put into it from not only ourselves, but the actual Outer Plane community and how much they put into it. We collect lots of data. We do analysis. We do a lot of research, something that clearly you and the one have in common with not doing a lot of. We put a lot of hours into just that one spreadsheet. That way our tier list is the most accurate that there is out there in the wild. And we, you know, that's something that we're proud of. Yeah, it may not look pretty, it may not be all shiny, we may not have 100 edits in the video or whatever, but we get the information out there to the viewer so they're informed with proper information that had a lot of research done on it. And guess who did not do that? And that was the one. And that again is another reason why he's no longer part of the Exus Network.
Basic stuff, and it's not anything that would excuse the type of behavior that they exhibited towards the one during this process. They essentially used the fact that he was a young kid, pretty much just figuring his way out through this stuff.
Young kid in his mid-20s. That's where we're at nowadays.
They used and abused this dude, bro.
We used and abused him. He got paid for his services in a volunteer position online that he could have left at any time if he didn't want to do it. And not to mention, the reason that he got kicked out is because me and Gherky voted to kick him out because of the problems that he kept causing, the drama that he was creating every other day, not only for us, but the other members of the Exus Network community in the Discord. So this whole abuse and slave and treating like a dog and all this other crap is really starting to get old at this point.
They used and abused him, and now they're cyberbullying him. And
now we're cyberbullying him, even though we made no mention of we letting the one go at all until he made his video. What is it about, you know, don't throw stones at glass, you know, from glass houses? I mean, are we just living in a land of delusion here where people can just go out, make stupid false allegations, and then nobody should just react to it? We should just sit there on our hands and knees and just say, okay, nah, we'll just ignore it. No, that's not the real world. The same reason that I'm reacting to Clint Wulf right now. Did he think that I was going to sit around and just let him blabber on and on and on about stuff he doesn't know about without reacting to it? Absolutely not.
I just can't sit back and see that happening to anybody in my community, especially if my name is being thrown around into the mix and into the mess.
His name was not thrown around. I think Gherky mentioned, he just said the word Clint like one time, and he didn't even do it on purpose. He even felt bad about it because he was trying to keep his name out of that video, and he just let it slip one time. One time he said Clint. Didn't even say Clint Wulf, he said Clint. And that was the only mention that this guy got. That's it. But, you know, he had to, of course, throw himself into the mix because this guy lives for the drama. He likes to go out and make other videos on other content creators. I mean, he did it recently, I think, with some other content creators that were covering Star Rail or whatever. I don't know what the hell that controversy was about. I don't follow this guy. I don't watch this guy. But here we are.
I don't have anything to do with you, Josh. I don't have anything to do with Exus Network.
That's right. You have nothing to do with it, yet you inserted yourself into it now. So congratulations. Now you have everything to do with it. Good job.
The business dealings that myself and the one had going on had nothing to do with you guys.
Actually, yes, it did. See, this is where there's a misconception here between the one and Clint Wulf. And him saying that he has a business background makes no sense because now he's either lying or he was very terrible at his job. Because here's the thing. Clint Wulf, you are a competitor to Exus Network as you are a competitor to a lot of other creators, and we are the same. We cover the same content. We are in direct competition. The agreement that was made with the one was that he could promote his channel on our channel. He could put it on the featured tab. He could put it in the description below, whatever. We were perfectly fine with that as long as he stuck to his obligations to Exus Network, because of course that is the main priority, especially for me, because I'm trying to build it up. And that's the only thing I'm really focused on right now is the actual building up the channel, which we've been doing very well. And I thank you all so much for your support here on the channel. However, once you go and you make an NDA agreement, a paid for contract between yourself and the one, a part of our team, for his personal channel to assist him and do things and deal with things in his personal channel or even on your channel, he's now going against us. He's now kind of trying to play both sides of the field, both sides of the fence, whatever you want to call it, and we cannot have that. If you were in business, you would know that that is not okay. That is not what you do. You don't have your employees or your staff or your executives go to the competition and get help from them or do things with them. That's going to, of course, affect you or look down upon you in a negative way. The one is part of Exus Network at this time when he did this, which means that anything that he does can also fall back on us because he's a part of our network. He's a part of our team. So the things that he does reflects back on us. So his personal channel, since he decided to use his personal channel in a contract signed on the dotted line, NDA, all that stuff included with you, Mr. Clint Wulf, we had to remove his channel from our channel because we could no longer be associated with his private channel because he decided to go and make backdoor dealings with you, our competition, using that channel. So yes, what he did has everything to do with us. What he was doing with his personal channel has everything to do with us because guess what? He was promoting that channel on Exus Network. We were channeling and funneling into him free views, free subscribers, because we were giving him exposure on our channel, which up to that point we did not mind at all. But when he made the backdoor dealings with you, that's when we had to cut ties with the channel. The channel had to no longer be associated with us in any way. And then when we did that, he decided to try and be sneaky and start doing actual like ad rolls within the videos that he was doing, saying, hey guys, go to the one, go check out my channel. And we told him later on when we caught wind of that to stop doing that too, and then he had a problem with it. Like, we made it very clear, your channel, the one, is no longer allowed to be associated with Exus Network because of what you did. You have to face the consequences for your actions because you cannot do that. And for a guy who claims that he has a business background, that's kind of sad and pathetic that he's completely overlooking and ignoring that fact entirely. You cannot do what the one did and expect to just get away with it and us be okay with it. It is not okay in any way possible. Because not only did he not tell us about it, we didn't agree to it, he just went out and did it anyways, and he even tried to hide it from us. So, yeah, you can't do that. And we told him that you can't do that, and that was almost the first time we decided that it might be time to get rid of him because of the way that he was doing business with us. You know, we were supposed to be a team, yet he's coming in here making backdoor deals with other creators, our competition, and who knows what else information that Mr. Clint Wulf and the one were sharing with each other. So again, but that's all speculation. I don't have any proof on what other things they might have been discussing, but I do know for a fact, thanks to the one admitting it in staff chat multiple times, he did indeed sign an NDA paid contract for the services of Clint Wulf on his channel, and thus we could not have it on our channel anymore, and that is that.
It had nothing to do with him helping a competitor or anything else like that. So all the lies that you're telling on your platform.
How is that a lie when we literally have the staff chats of him admitting that he signed an NDA agreement with you? I mean, are you a liar or is the one the liar? I mean, somebody has to be lying because we have the proof of what he said and then we hear what you're saying now. So which one is it? Somebody has to be lying between you two. Maybe you're both lying. I don't know.
In an attempt to help cyberbully against the one, and you're trying
to
keep
bring up the cyberbullying.
Honestly,
what?
You should have had more ironclad. You should have had a real contract. You should have had a real contract in place, bro. You did not have a real contract in place.
If I had a real contract in place, then that means that there would be a lot of legalities that are going to be involved right now with the one's initial video, which would also now involve you. So you should both be thankful there was no ironclad contract because I'd be going after both of you for defamation. So, you know, you're welcome.
And I can tell you, anything that you show, I can tell you, that was not a real contract in place, bro. He did not have a real contract in place. And on top of that, the one came to me to make use of a Patreon tier that I have that is essentially opening myself up to help up-and-coming YouTubers and just give them advice on stuff that I wish I would have known on YouTube to help my content grow earlier on. That's what that service is for.
I'm sorry there, Clint, but a Patreon service is a completely different story than paying for somebody on a signed NDA contract to do dealings on their personal channel that's attached to Exus Network. So, again, your business background, I'm not so sure.
How does the one subscribing to a membership tier on my Patreon to help him understand how to be a better YouTuber have anything to do with violating any kind of competitive clauses or anything else like that, especially since there is no contract? So
yeah, he says there's no contract, but the one literally says that he signed an NDA contract, that he can't speak on the nature of their conversations or what they're doing or whatever for the helping of his channel growing in viewers and subscribers. Now, Clint's saying that there was no contract. So as I said, somebody has to be lying, Clint. Mr. has all the facts. You either lied or he lied. Somebody between you two is a liar. So there's that.
Those of you in the comments, those of you trying to lean on that argument from his community, there was no real contract. okay? And even if there was, he cannot, and this is the dirty part about this. He tried to gain autonomy over the one as a brand, over the one as a content creator. He tried to gain autonomy over this man to where he can tell him who he can and can't talk to.
For one, I can't control who somebody talks to online. And that's never been the case. We've heard him time and time again talking about how he's talked to Clint Wulf, how he spent an hour with Clint Wulf this, Clint Wulf that. We never cared. We just told him that we just don't care, that we do not care. We don't associate ourselves with Clint Wulf. We don't care what he's doing. And that was the end of it. You know, me personally was never a fan of Clint Wulf because of what he did 2 years ago, where he literally just backed out and bailed out with no explanation. And even though he's trying to say he had an explanation in this video, there was none. You know, in the DMs, there was nothing. He just completely ignored us and abandoned ship. And that was the end of it. So he showed me at that point he was never a team player, so I never bothered to pay him any mind, you know, up to current date until now, of course, because of the video. So, yeah, and I'm sorry, Clint, but yes, he did, you know, according to him, made a contract, signed an NDA with you for his personal channel, so his personal channel can no longer be associated with Exus, and I have every right to that, and I will stand by that.
He can and can't be friends with. He tried to get the one to stop wanting to be friends with me.
Yeah, we tried to get him to stop being friends with Clint Wulf, yet he talked about him every single day, and we just told him we didn't care. I don't know how that's controlling or making somebody not be friends with somebody. We literally just said, we don't care. And he's even admitted to himself that, hey, yeah, I talk about Clint a lot. I'm sorry, blah, 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 but he's a good friend. And we just said, okay, we don't care. We even at one point almost brought him in for an Exus podcast that he was interested in doing. Funny enough, right? Very funny. He didn't talk about that either.
He tried to tell him who he can and can't go get help from, what he can and can't do on his own personal channel. That is.
See, this is the thing that these people are not understanding. Clint and the one especially. If your channel is associated with another brand, anything that brand does reflects back on your brand. So again, if the one was using his private channel, his personal channel, to make NDA contracts that we knew nothing about, and we don't know what the contract entails with another competitive, you know, creator for content that we're covering now on a channel that we're featuring and giving exposure to, yes, there is a major problem.
It's so out of line on so many levels.
But it's out of line, according to Mr. Clint Wulf.
Offering you really pennies on the dollar as far as content creation and getting revenue. The things that I am aware of happen with the one in Exus Network.
The only thing that he knows about Exus Network is whatever the one tells him. And that's the whole problem with all this. He never came to us to get further clarification or to get both sides of a story.
I just want to say Exus Network, what you did was completely unprofessional.
Yep, sure.
It was honestly disgusting and in bad taste.
Okay.
For you to essentially try to trick this man into believing that you can control him.
Yeah, we can control him. We controlled him. We tricked him. We tricked him by giving him exposure on a channel that was multiple times his size of his personal channel, giving him a platform to speak on, helping him build up his, you know, his knowledge as a content creator, getting him thousands of views on videos, giving him great video ideas, suggestions, trying to help him along the way. Because honestly, if you look at the trend of his videos, you can go on our channel right now, look at all the videos that the one made. They're all pretty much following the same trend. It's just news this, news that. There's nothing really him going into the game and actually explaining the fundamentals of a game and how it works without either giving misinformation or doing lack of research. So that is where the one was. And we were trying to help him become a better content creator. He didn't take our advice. He didn't want to listen to anything that we said. And it ended up just him being removed from the platform, or from our platform rather, because he was no longer becoming an asset. He was being more of a negative to us because he was just causing drama. He was fighting with other members within the community. I mean, he was just shooting left and right at everybody around him. And he was expecting nobody to fire back. Like, I don't understand this whole logic with Clint and the one where they think they're just going to go on their platforms, do whatever they want without anybody retaliating. Like, do they want us to just sit here and stay silent, do nothing as this BS just continues to spread? No, that's ridiculous. And Clint should know better. The dude's been doing content for a while. He's over 30K. He should know what he's doing. He should know better about stuff like this. He should know to do research and get all the facts. And he clearly did not take the time or effort to do that. So, yeah, it definitely, it upsets me greatly because as a you know, as another content creator myself that also covers games that he does, you know, you think with a little bit of dignity and a little bit of respect there that you'd have as a competitor to, hey, at least do your due diligence and do your research. And he couldn't even do that. So, yeah.
As an entire entity on the internet is crazy, it's false, and it's wrong, and there are no other brand deals on the internet like that, bro. There just aren't. You don't.
Yeah. So again, like, we brought him in voluntarily. We paid him for everything that he's done. We helped him along the way. We gave him exposure, free exposure on the channel. He got thousands of views. He was doing very well, you know, in terms of where he was before and after. But again, he ruined it for himself by making bad decisions, not taking advice, not listening, not taking criticism, taking everything personal, clapping back at everybody who tried to help him, including me and Gherky, cursing us out at every turn that he could. Like, the dude was nothing but problematic. And there's nothing that we can do about somebody with an attitude like that except let them go.
Don't see even the biggest groups having clauses within their contract. You don't see AMP or a 2Hype or a FaZe Clan. You don't see them telling them dudes who they can and can't go talk to, who they can and can't learn from. He wasn't creating content for me. He didn't make not one lick of content for me. I don't need anybody to create content for me. I produce all my content on my own, bro. And for you to try to have autonomy over who he is as a person.
Again, none of this makes any sense. You cannot control somebody who is online, thousands of miles away, volunteered to be there, volunteered to put in the work that he agreed to, and gets paid to do it. And then when he breaches our agreements, or when he decides that he doesn't want to do or maintain the standards that we all set for ourselves, then he gets let go. Like, that's all there is to it. Nobody told him who his friends had to be or who he had to hang out with. We even told him right from the jump, family comes first, personal life comes first. He already knew that. We gave him 2 weeks off to go do his finals for college or university, whatever. We even gave him another 8 days off that he wasn't even supposed to have, where we told him, hey, dude, you haven't made any videos. We agreed to 2 videos, which later became 4 videos, because I felt like the work ethic was not there. And we gave him literally over 3 weeks of doing nothing, and he still got paid for a third of all the work that me and Gherky did. So you want to talk about not fair? Want to talk about somebody getting bullied? How about the fact that he somehow bullied his way into our establishment, and it took a third of the pie with doing 1/10 of the work? So explain that math to me. I don't know, but apparently I'm the bad guy.
And then to trash him because he already had a pre-existing relationship with me, and then to trash him because he's not uploading enough for you on a channel where he's not making barely any money on.
No, he just the one would have made about let's see here. We made, I'll be 100% transparent. Before YouTube takes their cut, we made about $700 or so last month, and then we did it again, I believe, this month. So he's gonna be making a nice little chunk of change, especially considering that he did below minimum work ethic on the channel. And a lot of his content were 2-3 minute videos, 4-minute videos that we gift wrapped to him, which is also in the staff chat, where we literally told him, hey man, we see you haven't done nothing. Here's a quick little video. This game came out with some new codes. Here, drop the code video, easy. And then he go, oh, I got 5,000-6,000 views, like rubbing it in our face. Like, dude, we could have done that too. But we were trying to be nice and give you some content because you weren't making any. And again, you can go back on the channel and follow that trend. All of his videos were pretty much more or less the same as the next, where he was getting this easy, just, talking and reading from a prompter, really, a teleprompter at this point, just reading from a script. Here's your content. And that's it. And then a lot of it, when he tried to actually do something in-game, he gave out false information, and then we had to deal with the backlash from the community. We just had enough.
We can look at your view. We know how much money you're actually making, bro. You tried to sell him a dream. You approached a smaller creator with a channel with 20,000 dead subscribers.
By the way, when he was in the team, he actually had access to all of the ad revenue statistics analysis through the YouTube studio, just like Gherky does, because that's how that works. Because we did not upload the content for him. He uploaded it himself, so he had to have, obviously, backdoor access to the channel itself. So he saw all the revenue that we were making. He knows exactly what we were doing. So if he's trying to go out there under false pretense and saying, oh, he was probably keeping money from me, no, it's not possible, because we all can see the number.
Subscribers on it. You approach a small creator and try to trick them into giving you free labor, into doing something
free labor that he got paid for.
Real creator said no to you for. when you asked Ivy Lee, when you asked Codations, when you asked...
Actually, Codations did do it, but he didn't have time. So again, get your story straight. Ivy Lee told me that she was interested, but she couldn't because she had an agreement with Hell Hades. Again, get your fucking head out of your ass and get the facts, buddy. Like, this guy, it rubs me the wrong way that I'm listening to a guy with 30K subscribers, and he started his video off saying that here's the facts, and he still has yet to give me any facts.
Me. When you asked all these different people to try to come on here and give you free content on your channel for absolutely...
Free content, but he got paid for it. Where does this word free keep getting thrown around? You get paid. If you're getting paid, how is it free? I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
No good reason. Those people said no, so you went to people that were completely unknowns. And
it's funny because when I made the initial group, it didn't include Clint Wulf the second time around. It had Ivy in it. It had Sarzak the Bull in it. It had some other guys from IMR. It had the One in it. It had Gherky in it. And there were some other people I can't remember. Also, obviously, Codations, which I'm good friends with Codations. They all went in it, and they all told me individually why they could or could not do it. Some of them had time restraints. Some had obligations elsewhere. Like Ivy League Gaming had obligations with Hell Hades, which I understood fully, and I said, okay, that's fine, because she, obviously does content on his website. And then obviously Codations, we got into a call with him, had a great chat, about 3 hours long. Good, again, Codations is a good friend here of the channel. Respect what he's doing over there, the hustle with Cookie Run Kingdom. He said he just didn't have the time to commit to it, which is fine. So when it was all said and done, the only two people who really had the time to commit to it and didn't have other obligations was Gherky and the One. And that's where we were. That's how we came to be the trio that we were for the past couple months. So I don't know what he's trying to fit a narrative for. I don't know.
Going on as a content creator on this platform, and you took advantage of that. You used them. You abused them.
I use them and abuse them. I get these words are coming back again. It's like regurgitated at this point.
Now you're cyberbullying him.
Now I'm cyberbullying. Yeah.
And you want to remove him.
I'm cyberbullying, yet you are the one who's making a video against us when you have nothing to do with the situation. You're inserting yourself into drama that's not yours. And then the One was the one who cast the first stone by going out there and throwing all these allegations around. Yet I am the one who's being told that's cyberbullying. Yet all I'm doing here is reacting. Me and Gherky are reacting to the bullshit between these two gentlemen here. Like, I don't understand. I don't think they know the word, bullying. I don't know if they understand that word.
Because of what? Because he talked to me? Because he got help from me? He tried to learn how to be a better content creator, which would have honestly benefited you guys in the long run? You want to change up the percentages that he's getting off of the channel and stuff, off the ad revenue? You want to try to change up the percentages?
Funny thing is, the person who was trying to change the percentages of what we each got was the One. He was trying to jack it up so he got more than he was supposed to, because we all agreed at the beginning to put a percentage, like Gherky said in the last video, back into like a savings for the channel in case we need any kind of channel assets or anything done like that. The One was trying to take a bigger cut, and we told him, no, we're not doing that. That's not what we agreed to. So actually, Clint, you got that backwards.
Because you try to change how many
we all get the
videos
same
you feel
percentage.
like somebody needs to upload per week, when the agreement was each person uploads 2 videos per week.
Yep. And by the way, the agreement was 2 videos per week. And as I said, 3 weeks, the One took off and upload 1 video. And we were okay with that. We gave him a break. Yet here we are, considered cyberbullies. So there you go.
And then you feel like he needs to be doing more because you decide you want to upload 5 or 6 videos, so you think that he needs to. That's not how business is done. That's not.
No, how business is done is you make an agreement and you stick to the agreement. When you don't fulfill your end of the bargain and you don't stick to that agreement, then, whoever is not sticking with the plan, the game plan, needs to be removed. They're the weakest link and they need to be dealt with. And in this case, we had to deal with him by removing him from our network because he was becoming a nuisance. He was becoming a menace. He was causing lots of trouble with not only us, but the community. He was causing trouble on YouTube with the videos that he was uploading, the low effort content, all those things. And we sat into a group call and we agreed, hey, there's more games coming here soon. We need to start upping. If you guys want to make more money, we need to make more videos. That's how a business is ran, Clint. You want to make more money, you got to put more work into it. So we all sat there and we agreed, hey, let's bump it up to 4 videos per week. because the one kept coming in the group call over and over and over again with other people present saying, hey, I have all this free time. We can make more videos, you know, blah, 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 blah. So we agreed, all right, let's bump up the videos to 4. And obviously he couldn't even maintain that. So again, just another reason why he, excuse me, just another reason why he had to be let go, because he simply just could not contribute to the, you know, he couldn't stick to the game plan. He couldn't stick to the program. He didn't want nothing to do with anything that we were telling him. He didn't take the criticism. He didn't take the feedback. He wasn't even taking the feedback or criticism from people in the comment section on his low effort videos, you know, and we were just getting sick of it because it was just becoming drama after drama after drama, kind of like it is now. And again, that's what Clint wants. That's what the one wants. They want drama. Well, they got drama now. So you guys, a mission accomplished, because this is not content that I want to make. I want to make content about games. I don't get online to freaking sit here and deal with people's drama. I get online so I can make content and make Exus Network the most successful channel that I possibly can by making the best decisions possible. And one of those decisions was, of course, letting the one go.
Not how contracts work. You can't just change percentages of revenue. You can't just change stuff like that. You can't just change the expectation. You can't change stuff like that.
Actually, that's exactly how things work. When you have a meeting and you decide that you want, you know, as a team, you decide to make changes, those changes get made. That's how things have worked since the beginning of time. Things change, they get updated, they get reworked, new contracts are made, new agreements are made. That is how it works. It's always a constant, it's always flowing, you know, in different directions. There's, you know, it's fluidity. It's always something going on, right? And the fact that there was really no contract to begin with, a lot of this was just us getting into a group call, making different agreements as we went along, as the channel kept progressing and adapting to whatever content we were making. So things had to be updated along with it. That's just the nature of the beast. So again, this guy has a business background. I don't buy it for a second.
And then think that you're doing sound business, because you're absolutely not. And
we're not doing sound business yet. If you look at our viewership from 2-3 months ago to now, that says otherwise. The fact that the one was going to go from making $14 a month to well over three figures at least, in just 1 month's time. The fact that we gained over 1,000 subscribers in just 2 months, and we've been mostly just covering one particular game, which is Outer Plane. Yeah, I would say we're doing business just fine. It's just apparently the one just wanted more. He wanted more. He was greedy, but he wanted to do the minimum, bare minimum, if even the minimum amount of work and effort. And when we told him that he had to step it up, he didn't want to, so he had to go. And that's just the way it is. You got to keep with the times, and he wasn't.
I think that that's a disgusting situation. And what you're seeing right now, if you guys are aware of that situation, what you're seeing right now is going to be straight up cyberbullying. And that should not be supported. I'm going to be honest.
What shouldn't be supported is another content creator getting involved in drama he has no business being in, and making a lot of false accusations based on hearsay from one particular person and not everyone involved. And I said that I know I'm regurgitating this at this point, and I know I'm saying it ad nauseum, but it's, you know, he did not contact me or Gherky to get any additional information or facts to come to any kind of conclusion or make up his own mind. He decided to just take whatever the one said as gospel and came on here on his platform to make a fucking video about us, considering us cyberbullies.
And the people that are doing it are very disingenuous. And from the stuff that I've heard and I'm aware of, I've seen screenshots of conversations. I've seen it all.
That's funny, because the only screenshots of conversations that he would have been from our staff chat, which means that he was planning to do this before we even let him go, because when we let him go, we removed his staff role. Thus, he couldn't see the channel no more, which means that he was already plotting this behind the scenes for a period of time if he was indeed taking screenshots of conversations within the staff chat, which I was at least mature enough not to showcase here in today's video, because, you know, that's just childish behavior, sitting there and making a bunch of personal screenshots that was between the three of us, that should stay between the three of us. But, I mean, again, if you're going around behind our back to other content creators, other competitors, and taking our private screenshots and sharing it with them, well, whatever. That just tells me all I need to know about the person.
Exus, you're foul for this. This is foul stuff right here. This is actually, like, this is worse than anything I could have called THEONE out about doing as far as the
oh, that's who it was he had drama with, THEONE.
This is so much worse. You know what I'm saying? This is probably the most foul thing that I've come across.
Yeah, bringing in a guy who is a smaller creator to help him on a bigger platform, paying him, giving him money for his services, helping him basically, you know, give him all the advice and information that he needed, providing him with the resources, the tools, the knowledge to be a better content creator. Yeah, we're such bad people here at Exus Network. So if you guys and gals are out there and you're looking to be a potential content creator and you have the talent and the skills and the dedication and motivation, and you want to be a part of something that we're trying to do here, we're trying to build up kind of like, I don't want to say an empire, but we're really trying to establish our niche market here, which is turn-based gacha games. That's really what we're trying to isolate here and take it as far as we can, make some money, put some money in your pocket, and yeah, you come to the right place. But apparently in Clint's eyes, we're cyber bullies because we want to pay you for your services. We want to help you be a better content creator, and we want to put you in front of the eyes of thousands of people, getting you lots of viewership. And obviously, the better you do, the better we do, and we all win at the end. But guess what? We're cyber bullies. Don't forget, because Clint Wulf told me so.
My entire career as a YouTuber is seeing a channel that was dead try to bring itself back off the work and backs of people that don't understand how the platform works, and you're trying to pretty much exploit content creators.
I'm exploiting content creators by paying them for what they do and helping them be better. I just don't get it.
Crazy. That's crazy work. And it's just not.
I'm sorry I did the devil's work by helping somebody else out that was trying to be a content creator by putting them on a bigger platform, helping them pay some bills. Like, I don't understand it. I guess I'm the devil because I tried to help somebody else. I tried to give them all the leniency in the world. I let them just walk all over me, talk back to me, you know, do everything in their power to kind of make me just not respect them or take them serious in any way. And yet, after all that, I still let him stay around for as long as he did, trying to better him as a human being and as a content creator. But this is the kind of nonsense that I got to deal with. So thank you so much for, you know, doing this, Clint. Thank you so much, the one, Ben, for doing that, because apparently I'm a cyberbully. I'm the devil because all I wanted to do was help somebody on a platform that was going to benefit all of us at the end. So whatever. That's kind of where we're at.
This is not good stuff. But either way,
it's not good stuff.
I appreciate you guys tuning in, bro. If you see the one, or if you know the one, reach out to him, give him.
All right, so that's pretty much the end of the video. So I'm going to leave you guys with that thought. You guys can let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comment section below. I'm probably not going to address the situation again. I didn't even want to make this video. I thought Gherky handled it very well in the last one. Sorry, I got a little bit agitated and cursed a little bit. It's not really what we do around here. This is not the kind of content that I want you guys and gals to have to deal with or even see or have to deal with, because now you're all kind of involved in this drama, the shitstorm. And it's annoying. It's unfortunate. It's all because one person was petty because they got removed because they didn't want to do what they were supposed to do when they joined the team. And, you know, if you didn't have time for the team, if you didn't want to be a team player, then you had to go. I mean, that is literally all there is to it. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check notifications. Join me in the Discord in the description below. If you guys want any more context of what's going on, you can, of course, find me in the Discord. I'll be in calls. I'll be in the chats. Let me know and all that and more. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.